Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. It's a fourth video today. This one's a bit of a shorter news video covering a couple of key things for you to know for the next few days. First up, you might be wondering, where is my Titus Black Plume showcase? That'll be coming out tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, you'll have to wait for that. Now, I can tell you right now though, check out Yang on YouTube. You can see he's actually done a run. I'm not sure what difficulty Pesadelo is for Hydra. Someone can tell us, but you can see he's done 4.8 billion damage with Titus. So what is going on here, just so you're aware, is, yeah, the damage boost equal to the value of the shield on this champion, and it's always critical. It's ridiculously good for Hydra. So now you know. Can you do 4.8 billion damage with any other champions on your account? Obviously, there's Trunda can do it, and that's probably about it. I don't think anyone else can do as much. Now, Taris is maybe close with a perfect team, but yeah, so there you go. And that's probably, Eang's done an amazing first job, but I'm sure there's more to optimize, so be aware of this. Now, Plarium has already responded to the comment section for the test server, saying that they have no intentions to nerf Titus. So it seems that they're saying that this is intentional, that they're planning for him to do basically this in Hydra. It's all planned. That being said, they also said, well, also bearing it, they had a disclaimer as well that, well, listen, it's a dynamic game, stuff always changes, so who knows what will happen in the future, which to me is not very, it makes sense, they're not saying they'll never, ever change that. I think that's all they're trying to say. It's like, look, we've got no plans to nerf him, but what if we come back in like 2 or 3 years and we're like, okay, we actually do need to make some changes. That's my impression of it, but still, the fact that there's any disclaimer, I think it has to be there, but it's also a little bit not super reassuring. But yeah, anyway, look, we'll see. Full showcase for him tomorrow. Now, the other news to look at today, we've got lots of stuff. Let's actually break it down one by one. First of all, we've got some events that are going to be overlapping with the Fusion. So 2x Speed on Thursday. On Sunday, 2x Reflex Ice Golem. Thursday, the 10th of July, 2x Bannerlords from Spider. And Sunday, 13th of July, 2x Regen from Fire Knight. So these will obviously sync up with the dungeon tournaments and events that are part of the Fusion. So there you go. Now, more importantly, we've got the summon stuff. So we're going to have a 15x from Ancient Primal Sacred and Void Shards. And then we're going to have a mini 2x with a 10x as well from Primals. Let's take a look. Let's do the Primals first. So the 4th of July, Independence Day, my dad's birthday. Wow. Friday. So this Friday, we're going to have 2x Epic and Legendaries from Primals. So this will not be a 2x with Mythicals in it, which means that this is one not a huge fan of, personally. However, there's lots overlapping with it. There's going to be a 10x for Corrosa the Covetous at the same time. So yeah, she's back already. They've already run a 10x for her. Now they're running a 10x that's also overlapping a 2x Epics and Legendaries. So it's the same event, but better. Again, I think she would be pretty darn helpful. She's a great champion. Mythicals are just insanely good. You'd love to have her, but then again, I think you'd love to have basically any mythical. So I still do not like this event. I'm afraid to say I still don't like it. I would much rather have a 2x mythicals, and then I'd more than happily pull for 10x for like a mythical I want on a 2x mythicals. Hell frickin' yes, let's go. But a 10x without a 2x mythicals, for me, no thanks. There's still so many mythicals that I want. I'd much rather target the 2x and just try to get as many as possible, especially because even the bad mythicals get buffed. It's the one thing, Plarium, I put up a rant video earlier today about how terrible the upcoming patch is and the quality of life is shockingly bad. But one thing they at least do well, is they do come back and they do buff underperforming mythicals. They've been pretty consistent at that. So that's good, because it was a problem when they first came out that bad mythicals was like, they're going to be bad forever. At least they do that well. We have that going on. Now, there's a 15x as well, and this 15x is for Primals as well. So you'll have a 2x Epic Legendaries with a 15x, and there'll be a 10x or Corrosa too. So you might be tempted into doing this, and this will be part of the Fusion. It's probably going to be Summon Rush? I don't know. Or is it Champion Chase? I've lost track. We'll have a full Fusion calendar tomorrow, so we'll know then for sure. There's some good stuff in here, to be fair. We've got Preva the Slitherer. She is a relatively new, very new, actually, very new support for the Demon Spawn. I think she's really good. Single target revive with the full reset. AoE heal with increased defense, increased speed. A1 throws debuffs from her back at the enemy, and her passive is taking debuffs off your team. And then turn meter boosting you. She's got a speed in all battles aura. She's got great base speed. She's not really an arena champion, but she's a really good PvE champ. I mean, the downside is single target revive, but she's bringing you lots of great buffs. So the mini cleansing, turn meter, she's doing a lot. I think she's a really, really solid champion. Maybe not one you would chase, though. Elva, really good. I wonder, Elva brings the block debuffs, which for Chimera is really nice. And she also brings increased speed and the cleansing. Brava brings the cleansing, but increased defense, increased speed. It's interesting. They might be somewhat interchangeable there, depending on what you've got. Like if you've got enough resistance and stuff, you don't need the block debuffs. I don't know. But Elva's really good. She's more tenured. She's got more history to her, and she's a really good champion. Fabian is amazing, great for arena. Uko is okay. I'd be leaning towards him the least out of all of those. And Doonharl Saharis, he's relatively new. And again, I think he's okay. In fact, I think he's more than okay. I think he's pretty nice. Like block buffs, block active skills, single target, but he can do, he does a buff spread, steals all buffs and then buff spreads, which is pretty sick. And he has intercept on an ally, block debuffs, increase speed on everyone on a 3-turn. His A1 is the debuff spread, 2 random debuffs on everybody. I think he's cool. I think he's a really solid champion. I don't know if I feel like with all of these, I think Fabian easily slots in to your arena setup, like no question, but you probably have him already. Elva can definitely slot into Chimera very easily. If you don't have Senna or Galathir, she's probably the next best option. And then I'm not sure about... Uko is a bit awkward to fit into endgame teams. Very good for faction wars. Decent for Hydra. Decent for arena, but not top tier. Great champ. Zaharis, again, great champ, but I'm not sure exactly how he slots into your teams. And Preva as well. I'm not sure exactly how she slots, but they're all good. So they're all reasonable enough picks. For me, I'd probably pick up Preva if I didn't have Duchess, just for the faction war stuff. I'd probably go Preva, then maybe Zaharis, then maybe Uko. I don't know. Maybe Uko's the one I have, so I'm valuing him the least, but I might put him lower. I definitely would value Fabian the most, and then probably Elva. And yeah, I think Preva's quite nice. Uko's still good. Zaharis. I put Zaharis and Uko maybe pretty similar, actually. They're both good. Yeah, and then we've got the Voids, Sifi, Lady Noelle, and Diamant Coppercoin. The Diamant, he's the one that just got buffed, I think. Yeah, he did just get buffed. So he can convert these debuffs into buffs for your team 50-50 when they're placed. He converts them into buffs instead. Just these specific ones. And now he has an AoE 20% turn meter fill. I think he's a decent Void, but he's not one I would chase in a 15x, but he's decent now. Sifi would be the one I would chase. Sifi's very good. Lady Noelle is very good as well. So both of them are reasonable options. Noelle was a recent fusion. You probably have her if you want it. And if you don't have her, you probably don't have Sifi, and you probably want the Sifi. And you definitely want the Sifi instead. But Noelle is very solid. AoE revive, AoE freeze. Doesn't want to load, but she's a hard carry for faction wars. Hard. Particularly against their stage 21 boss, where you want to CC the ads without hitting them. She's perfect with the revive, the healing, increased speed. Sifi's great. I do have Sifi. Use her all the time. One slight knock against her at the moment is obviously she puts out so many buffs. She's quite weak against supersonic sets, or I guess it's more accurate to say supersonic sets are really strong against Sifi. You can just cut in, and that's rough. Like at the high end, most Armans and Fabians and stuff like that are going to be running supersonic, so they're just going to cut in and then try rip off your buffs and CC your team and whatnot. And people do have wands of submission, so her sleep's not as reliable as it was before. She gets slept instead 40% of the time, typically up to 50% of the time, which is a bit rough, but she's still ridiculously good, and she hard carries the faction wars as well. I would definitely be recommending her slightly more than Fabian. If you said, Nub, you give up your Sifi or Fabian, I prefer to keep my Sifi personally, but Fabian is really good too. So that's my thoughts on that. Sifi and Fabian, the two clear winners. Noelle Noelle, a decent backup option if you've got Sifi and you need to pull in this event. And instead of Fabian, again, I'll be looking towards Elva, Preva, but Zaharis, Uko, both reasonable too. The epics are very solid as well. Deacon, Stag Knight, and Ulfrig. I put, actually, I bounce between which of these I consider better. I'd say I consider Deacon a bit better. The epic rating is separate from the legend. I'm not saying these are better than the legendaries here. Just to give you an insight into them overall, just as epics. I'd say Deacon is better overall, but Stag Knight is very close. Ulfrig is okay, but I'd even put him a little bit lower. I'm not a massive fan of him. Now, Seer, yes, Seer is the best epic in the game, and Demitha is very good as well. I think Demitha is a little... Sorry, I'm blocking it. Seer is the best epic in the game. You definitely want... I actually want 2 copies of Seer total for Faction Wars Hard. I think it's by far the easiest way to complete Orcs is just use 2 Seers. She's that good. Even her A1 is really strong against the final boss there. Demitha she opens up some, block damage Demon Lord teams, which is huge. So if you're a new player, for a new player, if you cannot do like Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare, Demon Lord, or you can't do them well, Demitha is more valuable than Seer. You're not going to have the gear really to make the most of Seer. I think once you've got a bit further into get, like once you've got Ultra Nightmare, Demon Lord on farm, Seer is so much more valuable than Demitha. That's her main place, and she's good elsewhere. Block damage, lots of healing, buff extension. She's a good champion. I did use her for some of the Faction War stages as well. On hard, she's good, but Seer is exceptional and sort of essential for any endgame play. So there you are. And yeah, I probably late game you use Deacon more than use Demitha as well. So that's sort of my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think about all these champions. Are you going to pull? This is the big question mark. Are you going to pull? Again, it sucks to not have the 2x mythicals, but you do get 10x for Kurosa, who's good, and you almost definitely don't have her. And you get progressive chances for these. For me, I'm still skipping the primals, right? I'm waiting for 2x mythicals. Thanks, no thanks. Especially because they're running back the 10x so quickly. That makes me feel like they're going to be dropping a lot more 10x and potentially progressive 15x events. So, I mean, that's kind of useless. You need to get really multiple mythicals to start scaling up a progressive thing, which is silly. But I do think they'll probably do more 10x for mythicals in the future. So, yeah, that could be cool. Again, I think that makes sense. If it's a mythical you don't have, 10x event is really good, but I'm still waiting for the 2x personally. For 2x mythicals, that's what I'm targeting. I don't really care, to be honest, about the epics and legendaries, but I do care about getting mythicals, so that's what I want. Even though I'd love to have some of these champs, it'd be great. I love the Preva. She'd be great to have. She'd be fun, but yeah, nah. There we go. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you're going to be doing. We'll see the Fusion calendar tomorrow. That's everything for today. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Fusion as well. I guess you can't give too many thoughts because you haven't seen my showcase. Let me know from other showcases that you've seen, though. I'm sure some people put theirs out today. And yeah, I'll do a showcase on him later today and pop that out tomorrow. So see you all for that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for watching 4 videos today. My gosh. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.